Have you heard the latest bombshell rocking the NBA? It's a story that involves one of the league's biggest names, a massive gambling investigation, and billions of dollars on the line. This isn't just about a few bad bets. This could change the future of professional sports as we know it. So, what exactly is going on? It all started when reports surfaced linking Ippei Mizuhara, the longtime interpreter for baseball superstar Shohei Ohtani, to an illegal bookmaking operation. Federal investigators discovered Mizuhara allegedly accumulated millions in gambling debts and made wire transfers from Ohtani's bank account to cover them. This story sent shockwaves through the sports world, but the connections didn't stop there. The bookmaker at the center of this, Matthew Bowyer, is also being investigated for his ties to other athletes. And one name that has come up in this wider circle is none other than LeBron James. Now, let's be crystal clear. LeBron James himself is not accused of any wrongdoing or illegal gambling. However, his business partner and longtime friend, Maverick Carter, has admitted to federal investigators that he placed bets with Bowyer's illegal operation. Carter reportedly bet on NBA and NFL games, wagering tens of thousands of dollars per bet. He told investigators he couldn't recall if he used company funds for these bets. Again, to be clear, Maverick Carter is not the target of the investigation and is cooperating as a witness. But the mere association is enough to send tremors through the league. Why is this such a big deal? It's all about the integrity of the game. The NBA, like all major sports leagues, has strict rules against gambling. Players, coaches, and team personnel are prohibited from betting on any NBA game. The fear is that if people involved in the game are also betting on it, the temptation for point shaving or fixing outcomes becomes very real. Think about the infamous Tim Donaghy scandal, where a referee was caught betting on games he officiated. That scandal nearly crippled the NBA's reputation. The league simply cannot afford a repeat. This new situation is even more complex because of the NBA's deep financial ties to the legal sports betting industry. Since the Supreme Court legalized sports betting in 2018, the NBA has fully embraced it. They have official partnerships with giants like DraftKings and FanDuel. You can't watch a game without seeing ads for sportsbooks. This partnership has been incredibly lucrative, bringing in billions of dollars in revenue for the league and its teams. But it's a double-edged sword. While the league profits from legal betting, the line between entertainment and gambling is becoming increasingly blurred. The potential financial fallout from a major gambling scandal is astronomical. We're talking about billions of dollars in lost sponsorships, television deals, and fan trust. If fans start to believe that the games aren't being played on the level, they'll simply stop watching. Sponsors will pull their money. TV networks will see ratings plummet, and the entire economic model of the NBA could collapse. The league's brand is built on the belief that what we're watching is real, unscripted competition at the highest level. Any crack in that foundation threatens the whole structure. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has been very vocal about the league's position. He has stated that the NBA will cooperate fully with any investigation and will take swift and decisive action if any rules have been broken. The league has its own internal security and investigation units that are constantly monitoring for any suspicious activity. They use sophisticated data analysis to track betting patterns and can flag any irregularities that might suggest something is amiss. But is it enough? The rise of mobile sports betting has made it easier than ever for people to place wagers, legally and illegally. And the lines of association are getting complicated. For example, what happens when a player's close friend or business partner is involved in gambling? Where does the league draw the line? Maverick Carter's situation highlights this gray area. He's not a player or a team employee, but he is an incredibly influential figure with close ties to the league's most important superstar. His actions, even if not illegal in the same way as Bowyer's operation, cast a shadow. This isn't just an NBA problem either. The NFL recently suspended several players for violating its gambling policies. The NCAA is constantly battling issues with student-athletes betting on games. It's a systemic issue across the entire landscape of American sports. The temptation is immense, especially when athletes are surrounded by a culture that increasingly normalizes and promotes sports betting. Let's look at the bigger picture. The relationship between sports leagues and gambling has always been complicated. For decades, leagues fought against legalization, fearing it would corrupt their games. Now, they are active partners. This shift has brought in a fire hose of cash, but it has also opened Pandora's box. The leagues are trying to walk a very fine line, promoting betting to generate revenue while simultaneously trying to police it to protect the integrity of their product. The pressure on players is also immense. They are bombarded with messages about betting odds and point spreads. Fans, some of whom have money on the game, now interact with players on social media, sometimes harassing them over outcomes that affected their bets. It creates a toxic environment that puts an incredible amount of mental strain on the athletes. We've heard stories of players receiving threats from angry bettors. This is a side of the gambling boom that often gets overlooked. So, what happens next? The federal investigation into the illegal bookmaking ring is ongoing. We will likely learn more about who is involved and to what extent. The NBA will be watching very closely if any players, coaches, or officials are implicated. You can expect the league to hand down severe punishments, possibly even lifetime bans. Adam Silver knows that he has to act decisively to protect the league's reputation. For LeBron James, this is an unwelcome distraction. He has built an impeccable brand over his two-decade career, and while he is not accused of anything, having his closest business partner's name tied to an illegal gambling investigation is not a good look. It's a reminder of how quickly a reputation can be tarnished by association. Team owners and league executives must be holding their breath, hoping this story doesn't get any bigger. The financial stakes are just too high. Let's break down the numbers. The NBA's media rights deals are worth billions of dollars annually. Sponsorships from companies like Nike, Pepsi, and yes, DraftKings pour hundreds of millions more into the league's coffers. The total valuation of all 30 NBA teams is estimated to be over $100 billion. All of this is predicated on one simple thing: fan trust. If that trust erodes, the entire financial empire is at risk. This situation could force the NBA and other leagues to reevaluate their relationship with the gambling industry. Perhaps they need stricter rules, not just for players, but for their associates as well. Maybe there needs to be more education for players about the dangers and temptations of gambling. Some have even called for the leagues to pull back from their partnerships with sportsbooks, but with so much money on the table, that seems unlikely. In the end, this story is a cautionary tale about the new era of sports. The line between the game on the court and the betting slip in your hand has never been thinner. The NBA is trying to have its cake and eat it too, profiting from the gambling boom while trying to keep its corrosive effects at bay. But as this latest scandal shows, that is a very dangerous game to play. The league's integrity and billions of dollars are hanging in the balance. We'll be following this story as it develops, so make sure you subscribe for all the latest updates. Thanks for watching.